Hi, Danny. Welcome to lesson number 86. You are going to love today's lesson because we are going to talk about multiplying round numbers mentally, just in your head. It's going to be so fun. So the first thing you're going to do is your 64 multiplication facts. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do that, okay? So let me get out, oops, not that. Let me get out my timer. There it is. Make sure you have a pencil ready. On your mark, get set, go. You have 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to stop it right there because that is 5 minutes, Danny. Good job on that. All right, now let's jump into the lesson. Check this out. Did you know Darth Vader was like a school teacher before he decided to be a bad guy and join the Empire? Yeah, I didn't either. But wouldn't it be awful if he was actually your math teacher? He's saying, "Perhaps you can tell me the correct sum, Admiral Jennifer." And then somebody obviously wrote something wrong and it looks like he is getting choked. You know how Darth Vader does that? So this says, before his career with the Empire, Darth Vader was employed for several years as a primary school teacher. I'm surprised he lasted several years. I don't think I would let my kid go to him. Anyway, let's jump into mental math, okay? So the first thing that they want us to do is use the fives patterns as you add or subtract. So do you remember the fives patterns? It means that two numbers go together. So I'm looking at this first problem, 83 minus 15. So I know that when something ends with 3 and you're adding or taking away a 5, two numbers are going to go together. And I don't really remember the fives pattern and which one it is. But if I know that one of them is a 3, then all I have to do is add 5 to that in my head. And the other number that goes with that must be 8, because 3 plus 5 is 8. So now I know that 3 and 8 go together as part of the fives pattern. So if I'm subtracting 83 minus 15, I know that the answer is going to end in 8. And then all I have to do is figure out this other number. So is it going to be 88? No, because we're taking 83 minus 15. And I don't think it's, well, what's it going to be? What's before that? Is it going to be 78? Actually, no, it's not going to be that one either, because that's not taking enough away. That's only taking away 5. And there's an extra 10 to take away, 10 plus 5. So instead of 78, it's going to be 68. And that's the answer to the first one. And you've probably just been staring at this GIF or GIF, whatever you say for that, where Richard Hammond is fixing his car with a big old hammer. That's probably not the right way to do it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. 29 plus 35. Now, if you're like me and you don't remember which number pairs up in the fives pattern, just do 9 plus 5 or 9 minus 5 if it's easier. 9 minus 5 is easier for me, so I'm going to do 9 and 4. I know those numbers pair up together, so that means I know that this answer is going to end with 4. I'm going to erase that so it doesn't get confusing. And then all I have to do is figure out this other number. Okay, cool. Alrighty. What about 76 plus 15? What number goes with 6? I think it's going to be 6 and 1, right? So I know that this answer is going to end with the number 1. It's not going to be 81 because that's not adding enough. That's only adding 5. It's going to be something else, huh? Let's see what you get. Okay. Now D, what about 100 times 30? Let's see if you can figure that one out. Okay. And E, we're going to do $5 minus $4.38. Now, you're going to be a little mad at me because I don't know what that car is, but maybe you can text me while I'm at work. Oh, you're already, I can see your face. You're already mad at me because you're watching me record this. Okay. 67 plus 26. Write your answer. Do you want to talk to future Danny?
By the way, that was a Lamborghini Countach that you said you didn't know about.
Are you serious?
Yes.
A what?
A Lamborghini.
Oh. Is this one a Lamborghini too?
No, it's a Nissan GTR.
Oh, well, I don't know these things. Okay, let's go on to problem solving. Okay, for problem solving, we are going to start figuring out how long are these segments. So the question is, how long is segment AB? There's actually 3 questions to this problem solving. So make sure that you answer all 3 questions so that you get full credit. How long is segment AB? So look at the picture. From A to B, they want to know how long it is. This ruler measures in inches. It looks like the 1 mark is right here. So you're going to have to figure out how many, what are these segments? You know, does it divide it into, looks like it divides it into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So this is going to be, what, 1/4 of an inch and then a half? So this is the 1. So figure out how long is segment AB. It looks like it goes to here. And then it says, how long is segment BC? So now it's getting even harder because it starts here and it ends here, and it doesn't start and end right at the 1 or the 2 or the 3. So that's a little trickier. You're going to have to figure that out. Then there's the last tricky question. And the last tricky question is, segment BC is how much longer than segment AB? So it's asking you to do some subtraction here. So segment BC is how much longer than segment AB. So this is basically what you're doing. So I'll let you figure that out. You're going to definitely have to pause it here because this is very complicated, but I think you can do that problem solving. Let's jump into the new concept. All right, this new concept is going to be super fun. You are going to love this because once you've memorized the multiplication facts, so like 4 times 3, I know that you know what that is, then you can actually multiply round numbers in your head, even if they're big numbers. So this is how we do it. To do this, first you multiply. So take a problem like this, okay? First you multiply the first digits of the factors. So we're only going to look at the first digit. So the first digit of 40 is 4. The first digit of 30 is 3. So we're going to multiply the first digits, and then we're going to write that answer here. Okay? We're going to get 2 answers. Okay. So when we multiply the first digits, 4 times 3, what we get is 12. Easy peasy. And then this is all you do. You count the number of zeros that there are. 1 0, 2 zeros. And then you add that to your answer. And then you just did a really complicated multiplication problem, 40 times 30, in your brain, and you get 1,200 or 1,200. It's the same thing. You did it all in your brain. So to find the product of 40 times 30, you know the product is the answer that you get when you multiply. All you do is multiply 4 times 3, then you count the number of zeros, 1, 2, and add that to the end. Easy peasy. Let's do some examples, okay? I know what this car is because it tells me in the picture. So that was easy for me. All right, let's do example 1.
Mom?
It's a Porsche,
Yes.
right?
What kind of Porsche?
I don't know what kind of Porsche.
Oh my god.
What? Okay. All right. So they want us to multiply this mentally, just in our head. Let's multiply it mentally. So when we see 60 times 80, what you're going to think, that's what these think bubbles are. You're going to think, well, I know 6 times 8 is 48. So then I know 6 times 8 is 48. I'm going to write that here. Okay? And then all I do is I count the zeros. Here's 1 0, here's 2 zeros. And then I add that many zeros. And that's my answer. 60 times 80 is 4,800. Cool, right? This is so fun. Okay, let's do another example. And these examples get harder. And here's another car for you. And I think I know what this one is because I searched for it. And I remember searching for it, and you're looking at me, and I'm going to say it's McLaren?
Yes. What kind?
What do you mean, what kind of McLaren? There's different kinds?
Yes. You thought a McLaren, the entire company, just made one car? And that's
Yeah.
it?
Oh, you seem very frustrated right now.
They're like Honda. They make different cars.
Oh, okay. Well, let's think about math. Let's focus on the math.
Okay.
We're going to multiply 30 times $7. This is kind of like the problem, like if you saved up $7, how much money would you have? $7. But what if you did that 30 times? Then how much money would you have? You'd have a lot of money. So let's figure it out. So this looks harder because it's written sideways, but we do it the same way. We're going to take the 3 and we're going to take the 7. And then we think in our head, 3 times 7 is 21. So let's write 21 right here. Now we're going to count the number of zeros. There's 1, 2, 3 zeros. But here we're not counting dollars, we're counting cents, because those zeros are included in the pennies, right? So that's okay. There's still 3 zeros, so we're going to write 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Now, don't get confused. It looks like a lot of money, but then we have to remember that these are cents. So you will have 21,000 cents. That's not the same as the number of dollars, right? How do you get the number of dollars? Well, you just move that decimal from here to here, right? So if you save $7 30 times, you're going to be pretty loaded because you're going to have $210. Not quite enough to buy this McLaren, but you'll get there someday, right? Okay, let's do one more problem. This is example 3. Here's another car for you. Don't ask me what kind of car this is. Let's multiply mentally 400 times 700. Now, 400, this is like, what if you had $400 and you saved that 700 times? Okay, let's see how much money we would have. Let's think in our head. 4 times 7, because we're going to just look at the first digits. 4 times 7 is 28. I know you know that because you know your math facts. So you're going to write 28. Then you count all the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's add 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I said $400. I didn't count the cents. So these are actually dollars. If you save $400 700 times, you would actually have $280,000. That's probably enough to buy one of those cool cars, huh? All right, Danny. Well, guess what? That is the end of the lesson. Good luck doing your math homework today. Love ya. Hope you had fun. And we'll see you later. Try and get 90% or above.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.